Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Simply Sketchy. Today we are going to do a little bit different because now I brought with me other people than Bezic. This is my dear friend Christopher Everard. Say hello.
Hello. Or should I say bonjour?
Hon hon, baguette, oui oui.
Well,
Yes,
I'm Belgian. That's not actually French, please.
potato potato.
We,
Uh,
we, are, we are decent people here.
say that.
Not again. With the hands and stuff. Oh.
Hey, need a hand? Well, old jokes are old, but they're good. They got their
they,
old
they
class.
are classic for a reason.
Yes, exactly. So, today I brought with me Chris to discuss a creature he's really fond of from one of your favorite movies, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes, if it's not in my top three favorite movie of all time, it's at the very least top five.
Yes.
I think it sits on either three or fourth place.
Yes. Essentially, it's a movie that has a style very distinct from Bloodborne, actually, with the coat, the
Yep.
hat. I think it actually has,
It's one of the inspiration, yes.
yeah, from what I've heard. And in that style, you also have the same kind of style of beast, and that beast is the subject of today's video. I
Yes.
can't speak Belgianese worth shit, so go on, Chris Boy. Tell me the name of
Yeah.
this foul beast.
I will start with the name of the movie, which in French is named Le Pacte des Loups. In English, it will be called The Brotherhood of the Wolf, and it's basically a fantasy, or how to say that, more imaginary stories of the beast of Gévaudan, again in French, La Bête du Gévaudan, which is an event and a creature that actually existed. So it's not like magic fantasy shenanigans. It's an actual monster and beast that roam and led a murderous trail in the land of France. I think it's the center south of France.
So that beast is a good guy then.
Well, it's we don't know. We don't know because the movie take actually quite good inspiration of the actual event, but it put the setting all up to 11. So it's like I will not spoil the movie because you have to watch it. It's very good. And yes, I advise you to watch it in the original version with subtitle. But if you want the dub English, it's okay, but it's a very, very, very good movie. Like honestly, in the box office, it did a bit of a flop first, but then it became like a cult classic in the US and Canada. So the path of the movie was a bit a weird one, and yeah, it's one of the main inspiration, like the visual style, design, clothing, the tone, the architecture, and everything for Bloodborne. So if you like Bloodborne, honestly, you will love Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Yeah. So, what we can start with then is a little bit of an introduction to the movie itself,
Yeah,
and then you can get into the meat of the whole thing.
yeah. So the basic setting of the movie is that a beast, we don't know what, is killing people, like villager, farmer, and the prey of choosing of the beast is kids and women. That's both in the movie and in real life. And it became quite a problem at the time because the numbers of killing were like in the hundreds or like a dozen and dozen of people. So at one point we go, there is something wrong. Something
Is this before or after the French Revolution?
Good question. I will check. You pick my interest. I think it's after. I think.
Well, it's a problem
Because
that
it's
if it's a problem that people die then holy shit, you're doing pretty bad.
So the beast, it was between 7064 and 7067, and I think it's before then. I think it's 7089, the revolution. If my memory serves. Yeah, 7089 towards 7099. So it was a bit before, but it fits the plot of the movie and the actual event because it, as I said, it was a very heavy conspiracy thing, and the King of France was not involved directly, but there was a link that can be found between the killing of the beast and the politics of France at the time.
So basically a conspiracy. So it's only 6 months.
Yes, that's why I said the movie take actual inspiration that what actually happened, but put it to 11. So in the actual event, it was not that heavy, but it was used at one point by the clergy to say, "Oh, the beast is a explanation of the evil of the land and the conspiracy and the corruption of the king and blah blah blah." So, but again, the movie took that to 11 or 12. It was not that important in the actual setting, but the event of the beast was used by some party involved in politics and power, including the religious party.
Oh, I mean, a big beast that looks like it comes straight out of hell. Just that.
Yes. Yes, because we don't know what actually the beast looks like. We have some sketch based on telling and recollection of some survivor and some hunter who catch, for example, an actual giga chad of a wolf, like 12 the size of a normal wolf, and say, "Oh, this is the beast." Yes, but the killing continues. So either they are numerous or this is not the one. And one of the main how to say that, one of the main explication we found, like the days of today, the modern world, is it was probably, but again not sure, that it was a predator that came from other land.
It was at this point that OBS decided to screw up and ruin the next 15 minutes of audio. We've done our best to recover what we can and cover up the rest with music. If you'd like to skip the broken audio, you can go to the timestamp on your screen or jump to the next chapter on the YouTube timeline. Our apologies for the inconvenience.
Because at the time, France was heavy in colonialism and exploration of new land, new country, new continent. Again, you have to remember that, for example, America and Canada, at one point was considered to be afterwards La Nouvelle France, which means New French or New France. Yes, it was the dreams and the ambition of France at the time was very high, and they had a lot of colony. For example, they had a colony right next to Australia. If you don't know, that's named Nouvelle-Calédonie, New Caledonie. They have colony in island in Africa. They have colony in island near, I think, it's either Central or South America. I'm not sure, but I think both.
So yeah, they ran away.
Yeah, but it's just to tell that France went all over the world. They had not close to the English Empire, but it was, yeah, they had lands everywhere in the world, and it's probable that one of the explorers came back with a predator of this place, like a tiger, lion, hyenas. We don't know.
Well, and then he let it out, then, on into.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is also possible that it was trained, because why selecting only women and children? Like, why a predator, a bloodthirsty one at that, will avoid male?
Well, that is a bit natural, though. Let's be fair, because predators usually.
Yeah, it's possible, but
mindset, the instincts of a predator is always to go after the weakest and easiest prey. So I can see that.
Yeah, but even more so if the male has a weapon, like shooty, noisy thing. But I'm not entirely convinced. Like, if you found like a drunkard in the Renaissance period, like coming out of a tavern, snack.
Yeah, if they were targeted on specific people, then I do see where that theory should go.
Yeah, again, that's all conspiracy theory. That's all conspiracy. We don't know shit, actually. This makes the movie and the creature and the legend around this beast so fascinating. Because imagine in Norway that you have a giant monstrous bear. Hey, Trim, we have found a monstrous bear that killed right now 25 people. What?
Yeah, that would be an issue, wouldn't it? That's something different than having sheep.
Yeah. And the movie did so perfectly to encapsulate the mystique of the monster and what people went through at the time. Like you are just a simple farmer or sheep herder, and you have to take the sheep to the other part of the land because it's like summer or something. But remember, we have a monster roaming the forest. Please, no, I want to quit the job.
Not too bad, you can't quit it, because you are screwed.
Yeah. And if you quit, well, no food for you for 5 months.
Yeah. The joys of serfdom.
Yeah. And the movie did very good. Like there is a few scenes that you see like a kid and a mother like going to even I think snow with a few sheep and the bees came and nom nom nom.
Well, I mean, I understand where if it only went after women and children.
But that was the main target.
Well, let's keep going then. Since I'm essentially taking most inspiration from the movie because it is not exactly the same armor as I'm using less bone armor from the movie and using
Yeah.
more metal because hey.
Yeah. In the movie, they use mostly like leather straps, bandage, and a few metal pieces, but like knife for the mouth and stuff. But I send you everything and said, do your own thing. Do your own thing. That's your show, not mine.
Yes.
But yeah, the design of the creature, it's for the time, even more so, it's just incredible. You have to remember this movie came, I think, in 2001. Let me check. Yeah, 2001. So it's more than 20 years ago.
Yeah. It has. I can see the 2001 jank, but it's one of those janky things that kind of holds up well. Anyway, just keep going with the creature.
Yeah, so, well, I cannot say much more about it except that the behavior again of the creature, it was definitely trained because in the movie, the sun, we'll call it the sun for now, use a whistle actually to like signal something like come back, attack, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it was definitely a trained killing machine. I think there is one scene when Grégoire de Fronsac is kind of blamed for not finding the creature and then replaced with another agent of the king, and they do the fake beast thing. He was forbidden to come back to the land, but he did either way. And there is a bit of a love story with a woman, the sister of the son, and the beast attacked Grégoire de Fronsac, but since he was like a bit of snoo with the sister, like the beast recognized the sister and didn't attack. So it was a bit of a throwback for the son. It was like, why don't you kill? Yes, but sister, the same smell, not kill.
So remember,
So
everybody, just in case you get attacked by a viciously manipulated monster, bang a French noble sister.
basically, yeah. And so you use a whistle to call back the creature, and yeah, it's actually fascinating to see and understand the process of how the beast is used, because how much of a work can you have to do to train even a tiger or lion or anything to be that murderous machine and still not kill you in the end, you know what I mean?
Well, tigers are really homicidal because they carry grudges. Seriously, they
They
are.
do.
Oh yeah, tigers are proven that they will remember you, and if let loose, if you actually insulted it or it feels insulted by you, it will go for your ass.
I know that some tiger sometimes roam towards the road in India, and then sometimes you see someone on a scooter and you hear the tiger.
Yeah, tigers carry grudges.
Damn,
Yep. Intelligent.
cats are bastards.
They are. They're fucking assholes, and yet we love them. Probably because we're so similar.
Maybe I'm more of a dog person. I prefer dogs.
I like both.
I had a Rottweiler once, and honestly, it's yeah, for life. Because this little fur ball was so lovely. Yeah, at one point it was my best friend.
Yeah, I mean that's dog. Dog loves you regardless. That's why you should treat dogs nice.
Yes, that's true, but there is different temperament and different relationship that you can have with animal. I don't know if you had a dog or a cat or stuff.
Nah, but my best friend has had a dog.
Yeah.
Honestly, the dog takes after its master.
Yeah, that's true. I had a few different animals. I only had one dog, to be honest, but I had like cats. I think 4 or 5 now. I had a bunch of birds too, mainly little parrots, little parakeet, and yeah, but the dog, the Rottweiler, it was different. Like it's like a buddy, Wanna go for a beer? Yeah, go on.
Again, my friend has had a border collie. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Dogs are kind of human in their own right.
Yeah, yeah, I know it. And so this movie made me think like how far can we go with manipulating and using a creature like in video game you have like I invoke a bear, I invoke a wolf, I invoke whatever the fuck, and attack for me, blah blah blah. But if you had to do that like in real life, that would I don't know, because you can see that, for example, in circus. Yeah, you tiger or lion go jump on different little thing, but that's not the same as the movie did.
No, it's essentially a lot of animal abuse, I suppose.
Yeah, and if that actually happened in real life with the actual beast of Gévaudan, because I remember we actually don't know what it is, what happened, whatever. Yeah, that would be incredible. Like to go mindfuck a creature and do your bidding, like damn.
Well, it's
Especially a big one like that, because
let's be fair. The humans see something and will instantly try to tame it, and if we can't tame it, we will kill it. So honestly, it's a very human thing. It's humanity has we essentially just accept the good side with the bad side. That's why we also took pets. We saw use in it, and then we get attached to it. Other people don't really see any use to it, so they just see it as a tool. It all depends on the person itself, really.
Have you seen the documentary Tiger King? You know, with the guy.
No, I haven't. I was over exaggerated with a lot of the memes, so I got tired of the series before I got to see it.
He's actually in the RP campaign we do.
I know he was, but he decided to leave.
Yeah, it's been a while, but the thing with this guy is that he can go in a, well, he could, because I don't think he is in that business anymore. I'm not even sure he's free. I think he's in jail, but anyway, he could go in the tiger enclosure with like five or six beasts, and nothing happened.
Yeah, it's because they have grown accustomed to it.
Yes, even more so that he breed them, so even as a cub, a little kitty, he was accustomed to them and stuff. But you always have the risk that one of them snap, and that's it, you're dead.
Oh yeah.
You cannot fight, you cannot go against a creature like that. So if the beast of Gévaudan was actually a giant predator trained by a human, and they didn't kill the guy, damn. Especially for this time, like it was like 300 years ago.
Oh, it's actually an old trick. You had dogs that were loyal to their master but would attack everything else. Yeah. But of course, those guys had to be very strict with how they treated the animal. So it does make sense that they had a flute, and you did see the as you explained, right?
Yeah, it's a whistle.
Yeah, the guy who was targeted, who had shagged the villain's sister, he ended up not getting killed because the creature had been trained to not attack anything from his bloodline.
No, he didn't attack the sister, but he was he was a bit confused by the presence of the sister, but he was targeting the guy, the knight guy. But yeah, he was not sure, like, and at the end, the master called the creature off.
Yes. Well, you can just keep on telling the. That's basically the movie. How did the movie end? By the way, you have told me a little bit of there, but how did it go? Did they kill the creature? Did they kill?
At the end of the movie, there was a bit of back and forth again with the conspiracy, and they basically had to. The woman of I think Vatican, the whore, she basically fake the death of the knight because he was accused of conspiracy, blah blah blah. So the bad guys tricked him into going into jail and stuff, and so the whore got in jail and faked his death, so he could be hidden and do his stuff. And the beast was killed by an ambush of this knight and the Native American friend, but the Native American friend died. He was killed by the gypsies, and the son. Yeah, no, the son killed them. But he signed all of his kill with a special bullet. Narcissistic guy, blah blah blah. So it was one of the proof that he was the master of the beast and involved in the conspiracy, blah blah blah. So at the end of the movie, Grégoire de Fronsac came back from the dead. He accused and called out everyone involved in the conspiracy, which is named The Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Mm.
Thus the name of the movie, thus the beast, and blah blah blah. There is no evidence of that in the actual history, by the way, but again, still cool, and there is still like a sliver of possibility that something like that could have happened back in the day, but they just went all ham with it. And there is a final duel with the sun and the knight, and everyone involved in the conspiracy is either captured, thrown into jail, or killed by actual wolf, which was killed in the thousand, both in movie and in real life. The wolf was slaughtered, like the actual wolf, like the... Yes, wolves are dangerous, I will never say otherwise, but they were innocent, basically.
There
was
was a...
one anomaly that did all the killing.
Well, it's not... Wolves were aggressive back then. I don't remember much of it, but from what I heard, the wolves back in that time was extremely aggressive and dangerous.
Yes, I will never deny that, but
So,
like,
a cull was
it's not-
necessary.
It's not a basic wolf that did all of it.
Oh, again, it depends on the pack and their feeding habits, about the food around. If it was a famine, you'd be sure as hell that the wolf would look at the person and think dinner.
Yeah. But with the information we had, the size of the jaws and the marks, the bite marks and stuff, and not sure that an actual wolf did that. So they took a hell of a beating back in the day.
Yeah.
And so in the movie there is a bit of like, revenge, that pack of wolf kill one of the priests and blah blah blah. But yeah, that's basically how the movie ends. And afterwards there was one, I think, Le Marquis, I don't know the name of the guy, but he basically provided shelter for the knight and his friends to his fighting and blah blah blah. Almost like a patron in a way.
Yeah.
And he stayed in France, and the knight and the sister went back together on the sea, and I think they went to Senegal, I think, again one of the colonies back in the day of France. It's a country in Africa. And but the Marquis stayed and was blamed for basically everything, and the French Revolution at the end of the movie chop his head off in the guillotine. It's a bit of a sour ending, a sweet sour, but yeah.
I mean, revolutions are messy like that.
Yeah. Remember, kids, revolution is nice on paper, but in real life, it's quite messy.
Yes. Weird.
Especially in France,
Yeah.
you could find a lot of you see the joke we do with the hands and the Congo. It's basically that we're in France, but with heads.
Yeah.
Why there's so many heads without bodies?
I don't know what's up with the Belgians and I don't know what's up with the French-speaking world and dismemberment, but you got some weird interest there.
Well, what about the Blood Eagle for you guys?
We stopped with it pretty early. We started shooting people instead, and then hanging them. And now we just put them into prisons where they get a 3-star hotel for no fucking reason. So,
yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my career plan for the future, to commit a crime in Norway and be sent in a nice home.
Yes.
It's Norway or Denmark? Both?
Well, it depends. Norway has its own shit. I think... Shit, I forgot. What did you say again?
If it was in Denmark or Norway with the free hotel prison.
That is...
3-star hotel.
That's definitely Norway.
Okay. Because I was speaking about that with one of my neighbor in my building. A very nice lady who came from Les Îles Maurice, the Maurice Island in English, which is also one of French colony, I think, in near Central America. I'm not sure about that, but that's one of the colony, I'm sure. And she explained that she heard from people close to her that some people close to the people close to her said that some people want to commit crime in Europe to be sent in jail, like actual. Like we joke about it, but apparently some people actually think and plan to do that.
Yeah, that is very true. There are, especially from poorer countries, it makes sense. But the thing
Yeah.
is, they have to make a crime, do a crime within a certain. It's not just come to Norway, do a crime, and be arrested. If you do a crime and you're an outsider in Norway, you get deported, as you fucking should be. Though in
Yep.
some, there are some outliers which I can't discuss here, sadly.
Why, sadly?
I try not to get too political here. Cultural stuff and video game stuff, sure, but politics, that's what's up in Shadley.
Mm. Um, I have a few questions. I know that might be a bit distracting from your sketching, but um, how much did you see in Bloodborne that is close to the movie? Like you spoke about a monster, like werewolf stuff.
Yeah,
And
the game is essentially in, I think, three halves. In which one you have where you deal with pure beast animals, then you get to treat with different kinds of beasts with different natures until you start getting fully into the more eldritch horror aspect of the game.
Mm. Yeah, I know there is feedback. Well, the name Bloodborne came from the thing, and it's a weird dealing with corrupt blood that make thing comes alive or stuff, or try
Basic
to resurrect thing.
in the story there is blood of divine eldritch creatures that humanity stumble onto, and they figure out that if they use the blood of these creatures, they can mend wounds and do other things. And then said vicars and people who find these godlike beings decide that, hey, I want to become a divine being too. How can we become divine beings? And then they start going into like blood research, and the byproduct is the healing, blood healing, which of course starts doing having negative effects as well. If you do too much, you turn into a beast as well. But it's really convoluted, and if you want to have a
uh,
if you want to have a good breakdown, I recommend either playing the game yourself, Bloodborne, or watching body videos on it.
yeah, and I will stick with VOD or like people doing lore breakdown or stuff because it's not my type of game. I tried Elden Ring. I think I last for 1 hour or 1 hour and a half,
Yeah,
and I said, not for me, not
I
for me.
fucking love Elden Ring, dude.
Yeah, I know. But
Ah,
when you spoke with my friend Florian, you're like, oh, you like Elden Ring too? Yeah, I like Elden Ring too. Blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah 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 blah.
as we should, as we should. That's what fans do.
And I was like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
That's because you're a scrub who decided to quit. Get good.
It's not my kind of game.
Get good.
It's
Get good.
not a question of get good. It's a question of this is not my style. This is not.
Get good.
You don't want to. You don't want to stop, do you?
Nope. Just get good. Also,
So
that or it's either get good or find a cheese.
nah.
What? I thought you liked
I
cheese.
don't, I don't even remember which class I took, but I think it's one of the mage, like arcanist or something.
Yeah,
Or
astrologer. They oh,
yeah,
dude,
sorry, yeah,
they get fucking broken in the end, so they're pretty good. They're decent.
yeah, but no.
You can essentially do a magical Kamehameha.
And I think I lost it after my 5 or 6 death of like a little weird goblin that do ambush
Oh,
in a cave.
stone imps. They suck. I hate them. They are the worst of the worst. Essentially, my theory is that the stone imps are made with the shriveled souls of politicians.
That deep, huh?
Yeah, it's they're made by some kind of fucking weird ass magic, but
Either way, to get back to the movie and Bloodborne, yeah, I know that there is not much link between the game and the movie beside the style and design of stuff. Because as you said, there is a Eldritch thing involved, and it's full fantasy, which Le Pacte des Loups is not. It's actually like it's a romanticization of actual history.
Yes.
If you could say that.
With a hefty dose of body horror in it, because that beast is body horror. You can see its skeleton.
Yeah,
You can see.
It's the same thing when you see the actual arm of the son, which he hid for so long, and he revealed it just before raping his sister. By the way.
Nice. Really
Yeah,
French.
nice. Yeah, very, very much so. Much hon, very baguette.
Yes.
And he revealed his arm, and the nails are so long, like it's half the size of the actual finger, and it's all like burned flesh.
Yes.
There is a very special aspect to it.
Oh.
Even when it's sealed, and there is like cavity, there is like a bump on the flesh, and
So the
mass.
shit he did to the animal, he did to himself too.
No. It's he saved his arm, but at very much high price.
Oh.
I think that's what actually happened.
Okay, I kind of like that kind of body horror where you can make something work. It's really low tech mechanics, and while that shit doesn't really fly easy, its aesthetic is just cool by how disturbing you can make something. Like this, I'm going a little bit different here, but you know Shadow of War, right? The Lord of the Rings inspired game.
Yeah.
That has a lot of that kind of shit. Orcs there get fucking mangled. They get ripped and cut apart, but they might still survive. And if you, for example, cut an orc in half, he might come back like stitched together with metal parts and shit.
I'm searching when you see the actual arm of the guy at the movie, because I never actually thought about it, but there is a link between the arm of the bad guy and the look of the monster.
I mean, I guess if he got his arm saved before he made the monster, it does make sense that the arm inspired him to make the beast.
Well, he didn't make the beast himself, but he was heavily.
Yeah, but he used the technique, right? He used the same.
He commissioned, as I said, a medicine man, but he was supervising it and everything. Called the shot, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
so.
But it happened after his arm was fixed. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
he came. I think in the story he came. He lost his arm. Well, said so. And came back to France with the beast.
Yes.
But he didn't actually lost it. He just
but
said, I have no more arm. Huh?
The modified arm became before the beast, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Of course.
But it's more an arm of flesh than anything. But I have to check the actual scene.
That makes sense. So he did get a equally as good, or if not a little bit more powerful arm. So that's where you have the kind of fantasy technology aspect, I suppose. Because
there is no technology involved. Maybe.
Oh, it is. It is. No, dude. No. It is technology. I mean technology as in knowledge and ability to make things. It is, again, medieval technology. Is like you can have. Say you have those arquebus guns where they're able to fire more than once or reload it quickly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That is technology, not just sci-fi magic whoosh things, but actual genuine things. So I like that. I like that idea already. Kind of makes me want to see it.
Yeah, you should. You definitely should. He even has a sword made of bone. With shell, so he use it as like a flail or something. But it's actually a sword. Yeah, the movie takes some liberty with the technology, as you said.
I mean, it's essentially just gear porn, but with a hint of body horror. Then, I'm all for that.
Yeah. You could say that.
Yes.
I didn't find a scene when you see the actual like power arm he has, but he's a bad motherfucker. Like I will just show you the face of the guy, and I know that you say, oh yes, he's a bad motherfucker. So this is the bad guy of the movie.
Let's.
Look at the face and the smile.
Yeah, that there says sister fucker, right? Hon, I like to check my sister, hon.
Yeah.
Hopefully Besek will have. Hopefully Besek will show an image of this creature, this French man.
And this is the sword he used, like the bone sword.
Oh yeah, again, it is really grounded fantasy tech in that shit.
Yeah.
I love that. It has such cool aesthetic because you can just go balls to the walls.
Oh, and I found something.
You can go balls to the walls, and even then, even if you go a little bit too far, because of all the metal pieces that are bolted on and shit, you can easily suspend someone's disbelief.
Yeah, you see on this right arm, it's not perfect, but you see that it's like a burnt flesh with very long finger, and also he kept his arm, but at a very high price.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
I think it drove him mad or something.
I get it.
Because his mother, well, the mother of the sister and the brother said, yeah, he came back different from the colony.
It could be that they hurt like a motherfucker.
That's really possible. And the name of the guy, by the way, the name is it's just as a writer, I wish I could name my character like that. The name in French is Jean-François de Morangias. Just a pure villain, cool name.
That does sound like a villain, but I just heard different versions of Baguette, rather. Sorry.
Shut up.
What?
You wish to me to say Orker Durker Burker?
It's actually you insensitive prick. How dare you disrespect my culture? Oh boy.
But did you add legend like that? Like conspiracy monster, blah blah blah, in Norway at the time of like end medieval or early Renaissance?
Well, I mean, we were a bit busy still dealing with the effects of the Black Death, essentially. So I don't really think we had much of that going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's something, honestly, I know I'm playing the devil advocate, and many people like and enjoy very much so to mock France and stuff, but the actual history of France is so rich, actually. Like, seriously, you have
a lot of interesting people and a lot of interesting lore, creatures.
Yeah.
Like, you also have freakish creations like Terror.
What's the thing?
He's the dude who could eat anything and everything.
Oh yeah.
And he possibly ate a child.
Yeah. It's one of the person that Dankula did a video on. But the thing is that France, at least like end of medieval period or early Renaissance, so even before Napoleon, like the history is so large and big, and oh man, like for example, I hate to say this, but medieval fantasy and the image of a knight, of dragon and castle and magician, blah blah blah, it's basically France. Like there is also a bit of Britain, a bit of Germany, but basically it's France.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Brits will disagree on that, but I neither British or French, so I'll take your word on it.
There is like a British history, like King Arthur and stuff. Yeah, it's basically Britain, but I'm talking about the general image you have when you say to someone medieval fantasy. With the castle, with the trebuchet, with the rank upon rank of archer, soldier, militia. knight on horses and stuff. Yeah, it's basically France.
Well, French and England.
Like,
I'm not going to
yeah,
give
yeah.
French. I'm not going to give the French too much. I'm obligated to do
My
so.
contract to Bezek, yeah, I know. You have to pay tribute to the Queen, I know. Even if you want beyond the grave.
I mean, the Queen is dead. She just took a break.
Ah, yeah, she just retired.
There's a reason.
Finally.
There's a reason they say long live the Queen.
Yeah, but yeah, it's. I think even in Spain there were a bit of that, like castle in Spain,
Oh,
like the
I
north of
mean,
Spain.
yeah. There are so many fucking kingdoms during the medieval ages. You have the
Yeah,
Habsburgs, Spain, hell, even the what we now call the East Europeans were pretty powerful back then.
yeah, Austria stuff.
Yep.
Poland.
Norway didn't because God decided to nerf us during the Black Plague. Man, I hated that patch. It ruined the Norwegian meta considerably.
The 1.2 edition was such a mess.
Yeah, sadness. But hey,
I still,
we would have been overpowered as fuck if it didn't know. So I'll give him that.
but I still maintain that majority of the medieval fantasy image you have in your head is basically from France, and yes, again, a bit of German history and a bit of British history, but you have to understand that in France there was so many castles, because France is a very big country. Like it's not the size of the US, it's not the size of Russia or Australia or China, but it's a big country.
It is a big country for you.
Yeah. And yeah, there was so many like dukedom and stuff. Like the 100 wars was such a mess also.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a lot of stuff happened in the medieval age and early Renaissance during that time in France.
Yes.
And it's no wonder actually that this Beast of Gévaudan was in France. And I will check for the region, because I think the region that happened also played a role in the popularity of the legend overall. Yeah.
I mean, when you have a local legend of a cool beast, you kind of want to milk it for all it's worth.
No, what I'm getting at it's that the region played a role because I think it was heavily religious or stuff.
Kind of like how, King Olaf, Saint Olaf got essentially, he was one of the Viking kings who fought for the Christian faith. His whole thing was christening Norway by the sword, and he was a really brutal motherfucker. However, he lost a battle, the Battle of Stiklestad, and as his corpse was decomposing, of course, the battle was won by the farmer's army. However, the church, being excellent at gaslighting people and doing propaganda in their sleep, managed to get the decomposition of his corpse to be more like a sign from God, and many people converted to Christianity because of that.
Yeah, it's yeah. I'm reading the Wikipedia page again to check my own facts and stuff, and yeah, there was involvement of the abbey. I don't know what's said in English. Abbey.
Yeah, the abbey.
Yeah, abbey of the region, and there was link to the court, and there was actually, I did not know that there was actually the fake beast was accurate. It happened for true.
Yes.
They tried to say, it's good enough. Put in the work. Don't talk about it.
that makes sense. Okay. I mean, French
so,
lie.
Yeah,
French do lie.
And so the final count, well, allegedly the final count is between 88 deaths and 124. That's no, that's something.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah, it's like, there is 100% disappeared. How?
Something got hungry. You can make a pretty good horror story. You can make a pretty good horror story out of that too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the design from the movie looks pretty good. Of course, my design here isn't really that close to the movie. I took inspiration and then
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
based
yeah.
it upon one of the creatures that we talked about. Again, I'm thinking a tiger would be most likely,
Mm-mm-mm.
but hell, it depends. Nobles could get from everywhere, and
Ah,
finding a lone lion would be that difficult.
I also find another interesting thing is that there is the Wikipedia page say it's probably fake, but there is some evidence, or there is like a legend within the legend that there was actually a murderous man who tried to disguise himself as a beast.
I mean, one of the first cases of werewolves was just a dude going crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, again, it's a time of legend, a time of myth, a time of again conspiracy. I think that's also why there is so mystery. Let me start again. My English is bad. I think this is why this myth endured for so long, and the movie also is so good, and it is consistent as a plot in it for itself.
Yes.
Because there is so much involvement with the religious faith, the political conspiracy, some party trying to blame one another, blah 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 stuff. The secret of some colonization, because every country that did had some colony has some dirty secret. And there is also the closeness to the actual French Revolution. So everyone is trying, to use this event and try to hide the actual truth, and also, in a way, fuel the actual myth and imagination of people.
I mean, that's how religion usually worked in the grand sense of things.
I hope I made myself clear, because so there is so many source of feeding in every direction, and I don't even know if one person knew the actual truth, and if one knew, I think he never told anyone.
Who knows?
Because the Wikipedia page, at least in French, I will check in English. Yeah, in English it's much smaller, but in French, damn. Oh boy, that's chunky boy. So many elements, so many things, so many, like, oh damn.
I mean, it's a local legend that was possibly true, so there tend to be a lot of stuff in it.
But it reminded me of a thing. I think it was Sargon who did a segment about that. That at one point in England, I think it was in England, there was a city that was besieged by wolves.
Yes. I thought that was in France.
Oh, I'm not sure. But I know that he did cover this in his thing, and I think it was himself who covered this part, because he was against the reintroduction of wolf in England.
Yes.
And he explained that the wolf can be very tough bastard.
They are.
And yeah, it's possible it was in France, but yeah, I remember that an actual city was besieged by wolf, and they took control of the city for, I think, a week or two.
Yep.
And people barricade themselves in their home. And yeah, because you have to understand, like, wolf, the basic predator, blah blah. Yes, yes, that's the basic predator, right? But it's a big one.
I'm just gonna put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. Only rejects or retards who have never really been outside of the city and don't even fucking know what a wolf is, they're the only ones who want wolves back.
Well, I will tell you a story, if you may, that can be correlated to the Beast of Gévaudan and the wolf and stuff.
By all means.
At one point, I was a bit of a wokist, to be honest, but it was a long time ago. It was like 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, but it was a long time ago. A mistake of the youth.
Infiltration.
Nah, but it was not to that extent back in the day. It was mostly like, anarchists who smoke joints and Imagine if the world was peaceful and people can take accountability and there was no corruption and yeah, dude.
I
So
mean,
that was
let's be fair. We all had dreams like that back before we
yes,
realized that
that
systems aren't there
yeah.
to help you.
I was basically like that, a bit more stoner, like 24/7. I was smoking weed and stuff, but either way, I had a plan of at that time living in the woods like an hermit and stuff. I was about to do it, and to train, I went like camp in the woods. You have your tent, you put a fire, blah blah blah, and yeah, among the trees. And at one point, I had to cross or go around. It was one or the other. A giant pasture for cows.
Yes.
And I, with a friend of mine who was a bit knowledgeable than me in surviving in the nature, blah blah. I said, don't worry, go near the cow. And have you ever met a cow, like face to face?
I grew up in a farm that were breeding them, so yes.
It's big.
Let me guess. Did you go there to pet the cow?
No, I did not. When I saw so many big motherfucking cows, I was like, nope, let's go around.
It's fine as long as you don't do any swift movements to agitate the fuckers. There shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, but there was calf with them, so I didn't want to risk anything. Because if a cow wants to stomp you, she will.
Oh, there ain't shit you can do.
So, a cow that we eat basically every day on the planet can do that. A horse is even bigger, not wider, but bigger. Can also stomp you to death if he wants to.
Yes.
So, a murderous machine trained to kill, or even a wolf that you again, you are so true. Like a wolf, the power of a bite of a wolf is enormous. It will crush your bones.
I'm just gonna put it like this: have you ever seen a Shaper dog? You know, the police dogs.
No, but my dog was a Rottweiler, so it's a big one.
Yes, they're big, but a Rottweiler doesn't really stand much of a chance against a wolf. Now imagine how bad a Rottweiler bite can get.
Yes, it's one of the strongest bites in the dog world. Yeah.
I mean, the Irish bred wolves to kill. No, the Irish bred hounds to kill wolves, and they're called the search up Irish wolf hounds. Just see how huge those fuckers have to be in order to securely and safely take down the wolves.
Oh yeah. I know this. Yes.
Yes.
And I think even that they are like basically the same size as a wolf. I think.
No, they're slightly bigger.
Yeah, but not by much.
Oh, they're big enough. They are larger. Let's see. Of course, Norwegian wolves aren't the largest types of wolves there is, so take that what I say with a bit of salt. But the Irish wolfhounds are larger than regular wolves.
Yeah,
at least the regular European style wolves.
There is as you said, an Irish wolfhound next to a very small car. The dog is almost the size of the car.
Yeah, the British Morris Mini car is wow, looks like a basket compared to it.
Yeah, check this picture.
Yes. Yes. That's a fucking moped car. I'll send this picture to Basketball so you can show that one up. That size, that dog, is what is needed to kill a wolf. All right, in a one-on-one fight to make sure that the dog has the highest chance of winning.
Yeah, and even with that, I'm not sure that the dog wins because
the dog wins. This hound was bred to take down a wolf, but again, this is one of the largest dog breeds in the world, and they needed that to take down a wolf.
I remember that like genetically, the wolf has like the muscle are different and the bite force and stuff like wolf. They are related to dog, of course. No, they ain't denying that, but there was so much deviation from the DNA and the behavior and stuff that wolf and dog are two different creatures. Like there is no there is a link in the past, but it's in the past.
I think it's again pulling it out of my ass here, but I think there might be a similarity to how a gorilla and a chimp.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Something along those lines. Again, pulling that one out of my ass. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm not a geneticist. I don't know shit like this.
Yeah. I know that there is also like the Tibetan Mastiff that's like a massive unit of a dog.
Yeah, that thing is a fucking tank and a half.
This one
Hey,
can
what
take care
what
of.
if it was a Tibetan Mastiff?
That's probable. Maybe. Even like your design look a bit like a shaved Tibetan Mastiff.
Yeah, it
Like
could
you
be.
were burnt skin with an armor, like Engie dog.
Well, not much burned skin. I was going for the leather suit because I suck at doing fur. Let's see. I need
But
to
yeah,
hurry.
you still have wolf in Norway, correct?
Yeah, but they're not as often, and most of the wolves in Norway come from Sweden. Or they migrate between, so they're both Norwegian
Yeah.
and Swedish, but in Norway we hunted them to a sort of extinction point where they now are a protected species.
Yeah, you also have bear still.
Not much, but there are a few here. Like, when I was a kid, there was a bear in my hometown who decided to take up space in our mountain area, and
Mm.
it ate two of our sheeps.
So according to
Or rather,
Google,
it's not right to say it ate one of the sheep and then half ate the other. So my dad had to track up the last sheep and shoot it because its guts was hanging out.
yeah,
Bears don't kill you nice. Bears
yeah, they
brutalize you.
stomp you.
Yeah, they just
They
want to.
cripple you to death.
They want to knock you out so they can eat the soft bits. Like on a human, a bear wants to eat the stomach, the cheek, the thighs, and the butt, because that's where we have the fat.
There was not a thing about liver also.
Oh, they go for liver too, but there's a lot of food here. They will go
So
for the organs too, but
according to Google, bears are incredibly rare in Norway, but there are brown bears that can be seen in the forest in and around Ovre Pasvik National Park.
yes.
And
And
I don't know if I spoke it correctly.
I think you said Nodbeak.
No, Ovre Pasvik with a P.
I can't really. Yeah, sorry. Language barrier there. I can't really hear the words
This.
properly. Passvik Nationalpark. Oh, all right, there. Well, it makes sense that they would be there. But we had a bear who walked around in our area, and we were kind of worried that it would become like a predatory bear, because there are two kinds of bear: the regular one, and one that we call a slagbjörn, which directly translated means strike bear. And they are the bears who have decided to go on a more predatory diet rather than the usual bears and roots,
Yeah,
berries and
because
roots.
here in my research, they said that they primarily eat berries and plants, but
Yes.
occasionally can take a shit.
Yes, and that's what one of them did. But there are bears who will end up getting a taste of meat and primarily focus on meat only, and that's we call a strike bear, Schlagbjörn. And they're the predators that make you scared, should make you scared of meeting a bear in the woods.
It's funny. It's funny that we speak about this because I have a friend in France. Well, not France. It's Brittany. So I don't know if you are aware, but it's a region of France that yell very loudly that they are not French. They are Britain. It's in the top left of the corner of France.
So they're like the smart French. Gotcha.
But yeah, it's a region of France that is very heavy on independence, and so I have a French couple there, and we send letters towards each other. So the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. Pen pals.
And she sent me a letter recently because she had chickens, and one morning in the letter she said that she heard the chicken roosting, and like, wait, we closed the pen normally, and they found, like, in one night 3 dead chicken, and she identified the culprit. So there was one fox, one cat, and one weasel that ate each one chicken.
Yep. Fucking weasels.
Yeah, you don't imagine this little fella killing a chicken, but
You don't?
he did.
You don't?
It's small.
Yeah, it's small, but have you seen how?
No,
Dude.
no, I know, but it's still impressive. A small thing like that, like it looked like a noodle, spaghetti.
Yeah, I can hear you really are a city boy, huh?
Oh, not that much. I lived in the countryside of Belgium, but no, I know that they are predatory and they can be like ferocious and stuff. It's still amazing that a small animal like that can take a chicken, because it's like half the size.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Only you just have to bite the right place. So I guess chickens is something they do rarely. Or actually, our neighbor who did another neighbor who used to breed chickens, he had to be careful with weasels.
Yeah, especially weasel words.
Weasel words, all right. That's something. Boy, that is a lot of stuff. But yeah, so we have pretty much covered the beast itself, its theoretical origins, what it might have been, what it could have been. Turns out it could have been a lot of things. Like it could have been a uber Chad wolf with a humongous chin telling you get good. It could have been a Magri bear.
That's one of the main theories. Yes, that was actually like honestly like a mutant wolf.
Yeah.
But they killed one who was actually like supersized, and the killing continues. So
it might have been a daddy, or it might have had a son.
Yeah, maybe that's the mummy going on the revenge path. Oh, you killed my husband. but yeah, as you said, it could be like a pack, like because I know that there is some like actually crazy stories about lion pack.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the name, but I know that there was some male lion pack that were reject of some pack, and they gather around together as a male pack, and they like invaded other territory.
Yeah.
And they were super predatory, killing all the youth, blah blah blah. So maybe there was a thing like this in the wolf population, maybe.
I mean, you even have this happening with whales too. Actual whales in the sea. They male calves end up after they've been thrown out from the family herds. Many of them join up and join these small groups together.
You mean like the Pacific whale, the big one that
Yep.
Damn, didn't know that.
Yeah, I think I saw something about that. It's kind of cool. And if one, of course, the sad part is that they all stick together. So if one gets beached, the other ones will beach by it.
Yeah, I know that the echolocation stuff, and
yeah. And there's also another thing. Talk about this beast. Ancient Greece had a similar issue with a whale. If you look up Count Dankula, he has a video where he speaks about a whale. I don't remember its name, but it's essentially the whale that decided to sink every ship that it had.
Damn.
Yeah. And it could have been something like that, or it could be bear, a mastiff, a wolf, or it could just be a bunch of fucking politicians doing what politicians do, being bastards.
But that's the thing also with this myth, but also Will this Smith. You can't even hear me saying Will Smith. What?
Yes.
No.
Will Smith was the wolf all along. You can just hear him from the forest, like, oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot.
Keep my wife name out of
Keep my wife's
But-
name out of your fucking mouth.
But this is the thing with this myth is that since there was involvement with the clergy and politics and stuff, is that the myth like grows and grows and grows, and like with the whale you said, like imagine that it's actually not true, and that politician like screw up in some way, like I don't know, they order like a bad kind of wood for the ship and say, oh, you know, it's a giant whale, don't worry.
The problem
whale
was that the whale was noticeable and it ate people too. So, or didn't eat people, it drowned people. It was super
yeah,
aggressive.
but you catch my drift, like with fucking politician.
Oh yeah,
when they are involved, you cannot be sure of anything.
it was totally the wolf, guys. It was totally the whale. Yeah, totally the whale, guys. We didn't do anything bad. This was the whales. Seriously, don't worry, guys.
It was just an immigrant tiger. No problem.
No, it was a tiger of diversity. How
Yeah.
dare you be so racist?
Yeah,
It just wants to practice its culture all over you.
it will enrich the
Yes, cultural enrichment bears and wolves. Oh, I think we gotta stop this one here before we get a bit too close into dangerous territory.
Chris, stop being so Belgian, please, for at least 5 final minutes.
You stop being Belgian, as if.
I cannot.
Nah, exactly. You can stop being Belgian as much as I can stop being a Norwegian. Jesus, it's in our genes. So here,
if we meet one day in real life, there will be so many eyes upon us. Like if we damn joke 5 minutes.
Oh, it would be fun. Like, yeah, hell, I have one of my best friends. She's a Venezuelan, so yeah, I can't say too many jokes.
Spicy.
Yeah, though if you say anything spicy, Bessic will just bleep it out. So if you meet a say that word, then well, there you go.
Yeah, but what about a?
Well, nobody cares about anyway, so. Oof, that's a bit bad. I hope you censor this, Bessic. Bleep it the fuck out. And with that casual exchange between the...
With the beep and the beep and
Yep.
the beep.
And with this casual exchange of what it means to be Belgian and Norwegian, I am drawing the episode of Simply Sketchy to a close. I would like...
This is the beast of Belgium?
This is the beast of Belgium that goes around eating people on the politician's payroll. This is what your tax money is used for, ladies and gentlemen. This is what your tax money is for.
It will culturally enrich your region.
Yes, by force if necessary. So, if you go down to my description, you will be able to find links to my merch store and also my Ko-Fi if you feel like you hire me for a commission. Though you can also find me on Twitter, Twitrim's Artjack. You can just DM me and hire me for commission there. Or if you know me on Discord, just ping me a message. I would also very much like to thank you, Christopher Everard, for having joined me here. And is there anything you want to say? Like, you currently have as of the production of this video, and I don't know when it will be out, but if it comes out before the French version of the Kickstarter is out, yeah, you can shill your book series.
Yeah, so the crowdfunding campaign ends the 24th of May, so it's here we are the 16th of May. So it's for a new book in my series Les Royaumes Démoniaques, Demon Realms in English, and it actually succeeded, and now we are pushing to break more and more threshold. We already broke 4, so maybe we can break more. And it's for a one-shot story that you can enjoy alone on its own, standalone. It's funny. It's about some elf wolf rider, and they investigate and pursue an army that disappeared in their homeland, and they are like, what the fuck? And they try to find what happened, where is the army and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. And thank you for inviting me. And if you didn't know, or if you didn't watch my stream, the little demon that I have on my stream when I do live, it's made by Trim, and I'm very fond of what he did, and I have new asset and can replace it, but I don't know. I just like to keep the old school version that you did.
I appreciate it, man.
So yeah, no, it's okay. It's like one of my trademark nowadays.
I
But I
leave
do
my mark.
commission more for my my future YouTube video because I'm not a VTuber, but I like using like the small 2D face and expression and stuff, and I commission more, but based on your design.
Nice.
So yeah, and it's a pleasure to talk with you about, for example, this legend. And if you want me for another thing, with pleasure. I have so many more stuff. Honestly, I think because I'm not even sure why we chose this, but we went for this one because you said that you like doing monster, so you chose this one.
Yeah, and I'm not really used to doing these kinds of creatures like animals, so it's a little bit of practice. The entire point of this is just to see if I can actually flex my drawing muscles and make something interesting. But
Oh yeah, I honestly like the design. Again, it's not the same as the monster, the movie, or the actual sketch of the supposed monster, but yeah, we can see the inspiration, like an armor beast thing with plate and bone and stuff, and
Yeah.
it could be a brother of the beast of Gévaudan.
or it could be an improvement.
Yeah, but once again,
Brother of the Brother of the Beast 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I'm not chilling the movie, but yeah, if you like fantasy Renaissance movie with a bit of conspiracy and a monster creature, just watch the movie. It's you won't regret it. I know French on home baguette lol, but it's just a good movie. Honestly,
there are some
you
good.
won't regret it.
There's some good stuff coming out from France, but not
Yeah.
much. So, with that, I'm drawing the episode to a close. Again, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Chris, for joining. And goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.
Au revoir.
Hon hon, oui oui.